Hello everyone, Treecks here. Welcome back to Metroid Prime Remastered. In this episode, which is going to be part 20 by the way, we're going to be facing the next region boss. I was smart enough to actually stop the episode before reaching him, so we have all the time in the world to face him in this one. Because just like Tharlus, this guy can actually take a long time. He's not a region boss for nothing. This is not a regular boss. Here we will face the biggest threat the pirates actually can give us. Looking at the map, I can actually see there's a couple of rooms behind it, which will lead back towards the floor above. But before we can actually reach that, we first need to actually get through this guy. It's not going to be a surprise what we can find here. We have scanned enough pirate data to know what it is they're actually doing here. And this is where the most powerful specimen of the Phazon enhanced pirates is actually stored. Seeing us will actually make him break out of his little container and he will battle us. Scan time first, so we can read what this precisely is. Omega Pirate, most powerful of the elite pirate forces. Omega Pirate can become invisible to normal sight. It is vulnerable when cloaked, as all energy is drawn from defense systems. By exposing itself to Phazon, it can regenerate damaged tissue and organs. This guy is considered the pinnacle of the elite pirate program. This enemy should be handled with extreme caution and maximum firepower. Did somebody say maximum firepower? Plasma beam time! At first this guy actually works the same as the regular elite pirates, as you can see, with this blocking move. Sometimes it's missile move, but also the shockwave. And our goal at first is going to be trying to get all of his Phazon pouches, which are on his legs and arms. Of course, make sure not to shoot him the moment he's holding his arm out, because then your shot is going to be absorbed, like always. It's going to be the next part of the fight that is going to be different, of course. Yeah, which is going to start right now. All of his Phazon deposits taken care of. And now he will do this. He will disappear. Oh, and of course he will also summon a couple of dudes. Be quick with this, because he's going to respawn at some point. Be sure to actually take care of the elite forces before he's actually done with that. He's going to appear in X-ray form. Yeah, like this. Make sure to shoot him with the super missile before he actually regenerates his damage. Because that's actually what he will do now. Like the scan said, he's actually able to heal damage whenever standing in Phazon. And that is indeed what he's doing right now. We're not able to see it in X-ray visor, but he's indeed standing in Phazon. So be quick enough, shoot him with your super missile, and then you will actually damage him. Also remember to switch back to your regular visor so you're able to see which color all of these colored pirates are. Because they're not always going to be plasma troopers, of course. As you can see, this guy is going to be an ice trooper. Take care of them, then we can focus on the big guy again. Oh, another one. Ow, hello. That's probably the biggest challenge in this fight. The fact that it's actually multiple enemies. Because the big boss is not going to be the only one we're fighting. Him summoning all of these other dudes is by far the most annoying part of this fight. Otherwise, as you can see, this guy's not per se that difficult. It's the fact that we get distracted constantly. I think we are good for now. No more other pirates actually distracting us. Focus on shooting your arms again. At least if you're kind enough to actually lower your arm. Come on. It's funny how we actually sometimes run into a pool of Phazon while walking backwards in order to avoid him. Yeah, I don't have any ice in the back of my head, so sometimes I accidentally walk through the Phazon a bit. But hopefully we've got enough energy by now. 13 energy tanks. So there's not a pool of Phazon that's actually able to kill me right now. At least hopefully. We have 2 plasma troopers. I don't have to switch my weapon for you. The other one is a wave trooper. So, get rid of you. and I hear the boss respawning, always listen to your audio in that sense. You will actually hear it the moment he reappears again. And remember, you're only able to see him in X-ray visor, so don't try to hit him in another way. Because otherwise you're not going to be able to lock on. And that way, at least assuming you're going to be fast enough, not giving him the chance to regenerate his health, he will go down after 4 super missiles. Otherwise you're going to need more, of course. He's kind enough to actually fall right on top of us. And the Phazon he was actually made out of will actually do something to us. He will melt right on top of us and Samus will come out reborn. This is actually the Phazon suit. Your suit has been infused with pure Phazon. This corruption prevents damage from Phazon radiation. And you know what that means? The Phazon pool right in front of us. We can actually now stand in it without taking any damage. Isn't that nice? In fact, it's also something we can immediately use. Do we remember that tunnel that we actually went through in order to get here? Just before the Metroid quarantine. There was a Chozo artifact there. However, we were not actually able to get it because the tunnel was flooded with Phazon, at least the lower part of it. And therefore, before moving on, we're quickly going to go back there. It's going to be in this room, the Phazon mining tunnel. And that is the room in question. Phazon suit required. I'm not really sure if you're able to actually get there with your normal suit, but I'm pretty sure you can't, so don't even try. But now we actually can. Let's get there quickly. Alright, returning to commentary quickly. I was planning on cutting this part. However, we've actually met up with the most annoying enemy in the game in the meantime, so I'm going to be scanning and explaining. These guys start appearing from this point on and are actually fission Metroids. Metroids with the ability to split into 2 forms. The fission Metroid is a mutant capable of splitting in 2. This split endows the new creature with invulnerability to most weaponry. This effect is unstable, resulting in weakness to a type of weapon fire. The vulnerability appears to be random, due to the chaotic nature of Phazon mutation. Sounds complicated. Oh, get off me. But this is how these guys work. They can split into 2. However, you can also make sure they don't get the chance by destroying them with a power bomb. As you can see, that will immediately take care of them. However, if you actually try to defeat them with your normal weapons, you will find out the moment you do, just shooting them with missiles or any of your beam weapons. And there's actually more of them here, so help. They will at some point not die, but actually split into 2 new Metroids, which will actually have colors comparable to the pirates. They will actually have yellow, red, white or purple color, and at that point they're only going to be vulnerable to that weapon type. And that is actually how they work, but they're super annoying to deal with, so... For now, we're just going to be focusing on the final Chozo artifact, which as you can see is going to be right over there. Once again, like I said before I cut the episode, I'm not too sure if you're going to be able to get this one officially without the Phazon suit. I'm pretty sure you can't, even if you come here with full 14 energy tanks. I'm pretty sure you're going to be dead before you actually reach the Chozo artifact. It's not for nothing that the game actually puts all of these rocks here, as you can see. So you're forced to stop and actually use your bombs constantly. Just come back with the Phazon suit and then you're going to be able to pick up the artifact of Newborn. The final artifact in the game. Which will actually also put our item collection at 97%. Wow. There's only a handful of things left in this game. All of them are going to be in the remaining area we actually still have to do here in the Phazon Mines. So, it is time for us to actually go back there. Another cut coming up. And I will see you back in the elite quarters. Alright, here we are. Oh, and the place is now overrun by fission Metroids. How nice. Let's go kill these guys in the traditional way, so we can actually also see in practice how these guys work. You can see, hit them enough times and they will split. In this case, in a white one and a purple one. So, ice beam on the first one and wave beam on the second one. that is how they work. Of course, remember the moment they are not split yet, you can actually hit them with any weapon. Then it does not matter yet. Oh, and here's a power version. The other one was an ice version, that we already know. But you are weak against power. And remember, you can also use the missile add-ons on these guys. So the moment one turns white, you can also use your ice spreader. The moment one actually turns yellow, you can also use the super missile. Stuff like that. Here's a red one. Oh, that one died quickly. Oh, he actually dodged my charge shot. Bad Metroid. Very bad Metroid. Let's go continue, now that the enemies are out of the way and explained. Going up here is actually where we continue. Also going to be where we find the final energy tank, if I remember correctly. That one's going to be behind this door. Yeah, just lying right in the open. No way to miss it. Energy tank 14 out of 14. That leaves only one more item to grab in this game. That's going to be the final missile expansion. And guess where that is going to be? Indeed, in the next room. Final room we still needed to check out. Nice. Fission Metroid killed itself. If only the Mega Turrets were able to do that. Yeah, Metroids are silly creatures. They can fly around like the best, but as you can see, the moment they touch the floor, they actually die. How nice of them to actually do that in this room. I wonder how they actually snack off the Phazon that way. I hear an item. Not over here. Yeah, it's going to be behind the wall. We'll be able to see it with our X-ray visor. I think it's up there, actually. You can see how we actually get up there. Shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. I think... Yeah, invisible platforms. Predictable. And here it is, the final item in the game. This is not scannable, but I'm going to assume this is going to be Power Bomb. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 100% of the items in the game. And that actually means we are really close to the end. All we have to do right now is finish the story. And even that we are able to do, because one of the items was of course the Chozo Artifacts. 12 of them were needed in order to... Oh. Did you just fall off? What are you doing on the platform over there? Stupid pirates. Anyway, let's go get this room on the map. We're not actually going here in order to go back out of the Phazon Mines. There's going to be a faster way. But as you can see, this maintenance tunnel will actually lead towards the elite control again. In case you were wondering where that final white door actually went. The moment we were in that room. But this tunnel actually connects to that. However, I'm actually interested in the other tunnel, which is going to be all the way at the top of this room. And that we're going to use in order to get out of here. There's also a room that is not on our map yet. In fact, it leads to an elevator we haven't used yet, so... Oh, dang it! Stupid power trooper up there. But anyway, it does give me the chance to finish my story. The Chozo Artifacts, that is what I was talking about before I got interrupted. We needed 12 of them in order to access the impact crater. The Chozos, the moment they were still living here, they were actually smart enough to block off the impact crater. Phazon is something bad. Oh, and I fall again! I'm not doing a good job 3D platforming. I know that's not my best form of gaming, but still. I shouldn't be this bad either. But the Chozo were actually smart enough to actually seal that off. The source of the Phazon. But now we have arrived on this planet and we are strong enough to actually take care of it. Taking care of the problem at its source. And speaking of taking care of problems at the source, this pirate over here is actually able to snipe me off the spiral track, so allow me to actually take care of him first. Not able to see him anymore. Hopefully from the other side. Yeah, there you are. Howdy, sir. Super missile. Bye! He got what he deserved. Alright, with a lot of delay, finally time to go leave this room. Head towards the final elevator in this game. Now, come on. Stupid controls. There's no platform over here. Okay. Even more delay, it looks like. I need to come from the other side. In that case, I'm not really sure why that other one is even here. It actually goes nowhere. This is the one we need. Here is a platform we can land on. Now, need to climb even higher. That's the only downside of taking this route, as you can see. It's a bit of a chore to actually climb this room. It's not even required, because I'm just doing it for a shortcut. We're not even here to pick up items anymore, because we've got all of them. All we need to do right now is actually go towards the Chozo temple. And therefore find the fastest way back to the Tallon Overworld. The beginning part of the Tallon Overworld. Because if you go back towards the Elite Control, and that way go back towards Tallon Overworld, we're going to be at the area behind the frigate Orpheon, and that is not where we want to be. For that reason alone, this route is going to be faster. Just going through this room is going to be a bit of a chore. But we are here. The final two rooms of the game that are not on our map yet have been reached. And this way we actually reach the elevator towards Magmoor Caverns. It's not going to be a surprise we find this over here. I did talk about this elevator back then as well. The moment we passed it in Magmoor Caverns. This is indeed where it connects. So that way we can say we visited every room in the game, even taken every single elevator in the game. Even though some of them are technically not required, of course. Some of them are just for shortcuts, you might say. This one requires a power bump, it looks like. Yeah. And that way we end over here again. Finally making full circle of the entire overworld. Took us long enough. 20 episodes. And the entire overworld has been taken care of, excluding the final area of the game, of course. But that one actually requires a bit of special treatment, you might say. The finale. So, what is the fastest way back towards Tallon Overworld? This way, I guess. It's the nearest elevator. Not counting the one leading towards Vendrana Drifts, but that one is useless to us, of course. Let's go start running. Oh. Am I really that stupid? Did I really just try to open a purple door with the red weapon? I was not realizing which weapon I was carrying. Final time we're going to be hearing this awesome music. One of my favorite songs in the game, alongside with the Vendrana's Edge music. But that one we're not going to be hearing anymore. This one we are still listening to right now. It's also going to be the final time we hear it. Oh. Grapple being failure. But I've got so much health, I don't care. We're going to be checking out the safe room before we actually go towards the final area anyway. Where I need to stop this episode. It is where I will be healing. So any damage I take beforehand, I am not going to care about. It is that simple by now. Our final ride with the elevator in this game. And that I can also already say. Into the Tallon Overworld. Back to our favorite room in this game, the Wood Cave. I think the room we've seen the most in this game. Also because of this being the most prominent elevator, I think. In this room we definitely see a lot. One time I can remember I had a lot of issues in this room. Because of my blinders and my curtains not being shut. And the sun shining into my room. Then this chamber actually gave me a lot of trouble. I was not able to see a damn thing in here. Oh, awesome memories. Burning a plant is a bit less of an awesome memory, but also still fun, I guess. So, did not even have to cut this up, I think. The overworld here in Metroid Prime is not as big as I thought it was, actually, in all honesty. You can really quickly go from one end to the other. And speaking of end, next time we are going towards the end. Here from the landing site, where it all got started in the Tallon overworld, we're going to be making our way towards the Chozo temple. The cradle that is actually keeping the impact crater closed. Making sure more bad stuff is not going to pour out of it. I will see you folks in the next episode. When the finale of this game will get started. We will see what is actually present here in the impact crater, finally. We have been hearing a lot of bad tales about it. That something evil is living there. A very evil creature. We shall see what we meet the moment we open it up with our 12 artifacts. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Treecks out! See you folks for the finale of Metroid Prime.